Now, I want to warn you that this next report contains some descriptions and pictures you may find very disturbing. The White House says it is appalled by signs a Ukrainian opposition leader was tortured. CNN's Diana Magnay has more on the allegations.
These are shocking images. A few days ago, we reported that a well-known activist of the Maidan protest movement, Dmitry Bulatov, had gone missing. Human rights watchers telling us then they were worried he had been abducted and tortured, and that appears to have been the case. He has now reappeared after a week away and says he was beaten, tortured, and most shockingly of all, that he was crucified.
I had my hands pierced. They have crucified me. They have cut off my ear, cut my face. All my body is beaten black and blue. The rest you can see, but thank God I am alive.
Tried to hit me in this place.
He is not the first. A few days ago we reported about Igor Lutsenko, who was kidnapped alongside another man from a hospital, both of them taken out into the forest and also tortured. Lutsenko saying he had a plastic bag put around his head, that he was beaten all over his body, and that his abductors were asking who it was who was funding the Maidan protest movement, and could not believe that these men had been out there of their own free will. Now, he survived his ordeal, but the other man he was with, Yuri Verbitsky, did not. He was found frozen to death in the forest, his body showing signs of torture. He was buried last week in Lviv. Now, Catherine Ashton, the EU's High Representative, has expressed her outrage at these various cases of human rights violations in Ukraine and said that it is the responsibility of the authorities, and I quote, to take all necessary measures to address the current atmosphere of intimidation and impunity which allows for such acts to take place. Meanwhile, in Berlin, the U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry made it clear that he did not feel that the Ukrainian president's attempts to meet the opposition halfway went far enough.
The offers of President Yanukovych have not yet reached an adequate level of reform and an adequate level of sharing of the future, so that the opposition can in fact feel that it could legitimately come to the table and form some kind of unity government. Now, we believe unity is important, and we believe that moving towards that is critical. So our message to the Ukraine opposition, certainly my message to them that we meet with today, will be the full support of President Obama.
And that, of course, echoes the view held by protesters who feel that the concessions made in the last week are a first step, but that they don't nearly go far enough. Diana Magnay, CNN, Kiev.